There are few things more powerful in the universe than memory and connection.
That's what Oliver tells Barry midway throughout the tonight's Arrow, Part 4 of the Crisis of Infinite Earth crossover. In context, Oliver is trying to explain how he is preventing their friends from falling out of the Speed Force and into the antimatter universe. However, it is also work as a thesis statement for the final 2 episodes of the crossover. As the epic event barrels towards its big conclusion, Crisis never forgets the importance of the heroes' relationship to each other and devotes the bulk of its runtime to honoring their shared history, especially when it comes to their connection to Oliver. The importance of the connection and memory is clear long before Oliver speaks that line of dialogue. Arrow opens with a flashback of the Monitor's home planet, Malthus, 10,000 years ago. The sequence how Marnovu accidentally created Anti-Monitor by journeying the dawn of time in the temporal zone. Once we see how Anti-Monitor was born, the Arrow episode catches up with the surviving Paragons, who were disheartened and stuck at the vanishing point. According to Ryan Cho, all of them mostly keep to themselves, and Barry Allen even disappeared.
What are you talking? I just left 2 seconds ago.
But to go where?
To the Speed Force.
It turns out that Barry ran into the Speed Force months ago and finally returns here. His attempt to use the Speed Force to free them from the vanishing point failed. But there's a hope. Oliver Queen has transformed into Spectre and arrives at the vanishing point to rally his friends once again. Because after 8 seasons, the man finally and truly understands that he can't do this alone. Oliver doesn't show up empty-handed. He has a plan. While he and most of the Paragon uses the Speed Force to travel the dawn of the time to confront Marnovu, Supergirl, Lex and Brian must go back to the time at Malthus and stop Marnovu from creating the antimatter as a backup plan in case they fail. Unfortunately, the journey to the dawn of time isn't smooth, either because the antimatter attacks the party and all of them end up falling out into the Speed Force. Oliver uses his new Spectre powers to keep everyone in the Speed Force, but he tells Barry he needs to hurry up and find their friends, who were scattered throughout the Oliver's memory, specifically memories to him forging lifelong bonds with the friends because, as he said, there are few things as powerful as memory and connection. Cue the trip down memory lane. Barry finds his friends.
What the hell is this? I'm asking myself the same question.
Barry saves everyone from the Speed Force and they all head to the dawn of time, which is setting the Arrow most ambitious fight sequence ever. As the Paragon fight the Shadow Army, the Spectre goes head to head with the White Walker meets apocalyptic looking Big Bad eventually became the spark that relights the flame. Standing down below, the Paragon realizes they need to use their Paragonness to fan the flame and rebirth the universe. In the end, the Anti-Monitor disappears and Oliver falls on the ground as a singularity forms in the sky. Sarah and Barry speed up to the mountain and sit with Oliver as he takes his final breaths. From there, we moved on to the conclusion of the crossover of DC's Legend of Tomorrow. The Legends are opens with Kara, Barry, John, and Sarah walking up and realizing that not only is the universe back, but they all reside on the same Earth, which is a big change. Unfortunately, the Antimatter Shadow Demons interrupt their chat, confirming Nash's claim that Anti-Monitor is still alive. A few hours later, most of the Arrowverse heroes gather to fight the Anti-Monitor in another great fight sequence. They eventually triumph by lobbying a Ryan Cho Ray Palmer joint at the Antimatter. As the episodes wrap up, the President addresses the nation about Oliver Queen's brave sacrifice.
Grateful nation thanks you, Mr. Queen.
And then Oliver narrates the montage that shows off the reborn universes. From there, we return to the Earth Prime and finds White Canary, the Flash, Black Lightning, Superman, Supergirl, and Martian Manhunter at the Star Labs facilities from Invasion. There's the hero pay tribute to their fallen ally with a costume case and everlasting fire. Not only that, but they also make plans for the future as Barry unveils a JLA-style conference table with each of their logos emblazoned on the chairs. Hope you like our video, and if you do, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button.